Welcome back to our channel, and thank you all for tuning in and thank you all for supporting us. And we shall continue to bring you the latest news as they happen. But if you are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so. My brothers and my sisters, please let us work together with our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, and Eastern Security Network to make our Biafran dream a reality. He said, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has warned that whenever the Fulani Janjaweed threatens Biafra with war, that he laughs because the Fulani never fought a war with Biafrans. And the only tribe the Fulani fought a war with and conquered was the Hausa people through jihad. You know, the Biafran Civil War was between Biafra and Britain, USSR, Egypt, and a host of nations, not the Fulani, so they should not be deceiving themselves. And that is why the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, have described the Zoological Republic of Nigeria as a country presently dripping in bitterness and sadness. The former president argued that even though the country is destined to be a land flowing with milk and honey, that the Fulani bad leadership, the Fulani agenda has made it unachievable. He said this on Thursday while getting presented with a title book, The Man, the General, and the President. You know, that is what our former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, said. You know, Obasanjo said, that his prayer is that all of the indigenous tribes in Nigeria will have something to contribute to make that country what God has created to be a land flowing with milk and honey. In the first place, God never created Nigeria. Nigeria was a fraudulent creation, a fraudulent contraption, that was formed by our colonial masters, the British, and that is what is happening. So the Fulani Janjaweed, according to Obasanjo, have, turned the nation into a nation of sadness. They have turned it into a nation of sadness. They have destroyed everything, and they plan to fight the Biafrans. And he has warned them that they should desist from that because they do not have an army. They don't have an army. The Zoological Republic of Nigeria happens to be the largest black nation on earth. And they may drift into an unexpected and unprecedented meltdown, which may be difficult to contain and impossible to control. And that will be because the rulers of the land, the Fulani Janjaweed, do not have the faintest idea of the resolve and anger in the soul of the majority of the citizens of that region, that is the Biafran land. The Nigerian leaders and the Fulani slave governors in Biafran land will certainly meet unexpected reaction from the people of Biafrans. 51 years old pent-up anger during their genocide civil war against Biafra is still in their hearts, and it will explode in an unimaginable dimension that may take it extremely difficult to save Nigeria from breaking. They store up anger and bitterness in the hearts of, the Serbs as their parents retold story about the suffering of their people during the siege of Sarajevo in the 19th century, ensured the destruction of Yugoslavia over a century later. And that is what has happened to Nigeria. It has happened. They thought they could hide those stories by stopping history in the schools. They thought they would do that. But thank God we have a leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has enlightened Biafrans. Now they know what the Janjaweed did to them. They claim they were the ones who fought Biafrans, but they lie. The Fulani never fought Biafrans. It was the British, the USSR, Egypt, and a host of nations that fought Biafrans. Those planning to invade Biafran land, especially the southeast, and conquer the region, clearly do not know the pain and humiliation the people of Biafrans have had to endure and swallow for years. Their strength and wealth, and especially the commitment of diaspora population and their readiness for a long and protracted struggle for justice and freedom from oppression. The government underestimates the mindset of over 85 million Biafrans scattered all over the world who have sworn not to hand over, an inch of their ancestral land to the Fulani Janjaweed. They will never do that. They will never hand over an inch of their ancestral land to the Fulani Janjaweed. The plan of the Fulani Janjaweed will only result to more bloodshed, which will prepare the ground for a bitter, protracted conflict that will certainly destroy the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. But the brandage of the ruthless Fulani herdsmen and their seemingly above the law arrogance, has forced every other indigenous tribe to rise up and fight back against the Fulani Janjaweed, because the Fulani Nigerian government are the one sponsoring and supporting terrorism in Biafra land and the whole of Nigeria. They are the one. They are the ones supporting it. And our leader have said not an inch of Biafran land will be ceded to the Janjaweed Fulanis. Because the only thing they should do now is to call for a referendum. The Janjaweed should just call for a referendum. They should call for it. Because their refusal to call for a referendum is going to be a great problem for the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. They need to call for a referendum because Biafra must be free. Forced marriage is not by force. Nigeria is a fraudulent contraption that must be broken. It must be broken. There is nothing the Fulani Janjaweed can do. The aide of former President Adamu Garba, former presidential aspirant to APC, has urged the Nigerian government to shut down Twitter from internet space. Garba said Twitter has no right to take down Buhari's tweets. In the first place, there's no Buhari. It was Garba Shehu and Femi Adesina that are sending those tweets, based on instruction from Meyeti Allah. According to Adamu Garba, who is a Fulani terrorist, by removing, the president's speech to the people of Nigeria, imagine if it was Biafrans that wrote such kind of speech, the whole Nigeria would have been in flames. It would have been in flames. The same Garba Shehu or Garba, all of them, they bear almost the same name, Adamu Garba, because that's what they use in order to defraud Nigerians. They use the same name, Adamu Garba Shehu, and you go for census and you ask how many people are in the house, they will tell you it's Bashiga. You can't go in to count. They will start churning out names. Adamu Garba, Garba Shehu. So their names are confusing. You know, it is the same Garba in 2020 that instituted a $1 billion suit against Twitter and its founder at the Federal High Court, Abuja, over their alleged role in the EndSARS protests, which led to violence in some part of the country, resulting in the loss of life and destruction of properties. You know, that is why they call them Janjaweed. They think they can blackmail Twitter. They think they can bully Twitter. Twitter is not a compromised Nigerian news media. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video. Please watch out for the next. And thank you for supporting this channel. And bye-bye for now.